Good evening, everyone. Oh, give me 2 seconds to choke on water real quick. Hello, I'm back. Good evening, everyone. Apologies for that. Had a bit of a sip of water. Ended up having issues with said water. How are we all doing? I hope we're doing okay tonight. Hello, Drowsy. Stream time, stream time. It is in fact stream time. Happy stream time. I've got with me, as is turning into the usual, I've got a cup of peppermint tea with me. I didn't think I would get back into it this much, and here I am. I was going to use the hydrate button, but considering I just choked, yeah, let's be insensitive. No, it will be a challenge. I mean, here's the thing. I've just had a drink of water. I'm okay, don't worry. But I appreciate your thought. Thank you very much. I hope everyone's doing okay this evening. I am. I think. I've been having an interesting time emotionally this evening. Some would say it's even been a bit of a roller coaster. Now, that's not a lie, and I didn't do that just for the sake of the pun. However, it felt very appropriate. Ah, dear. But yeah, tonight's been interesting. It's sort of emotional ups and downs. Nothing's gone wrong. Nothing's really happened. Just my brain's been a bit wibbly wobbly. So, what sounds more fun than having a nice evening, doing nothing, but building tents in a theme park, right? That sounds like a good time. To me, that sounds like a wonderful time. So do you know what we're going to do? Just that. Say goodbye to the BGM, much as I love it. Whip, 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 whip. I will pop a link in chat for that BGM, actually, because it's very good. It's provided, as always, by the wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Starry Attic. They used to go by another name. Sorry, my brain's having a fun time. They used to go by another name. They don't anymore. They're called Starry Attic. They produce wonderful, wonderful, wonderful music. Very relaxing, very calming, and they very wonderfully label it all as copyright free or free for use on streams or videos as background music, as long as you give proper credit. I have a link down in the about section somewhere, I believe, but I always like to make sure every now and then I just pop it in chat and mention it because their work is so good and they deserve so much recognition for it. It's amazing. Right, shall we get on with the stream? Sounds intense. Sure does. Thank you. Thank you very much, Chelsea. Alrighty. Welcome to Planet Coaster. Should we do a little recap on the park? It feels like it's been a while. It probably only has been like, a week or so. Normally every time I say, oh, it's been a while, it's been like 3 days, but maybe it actually has been a while this time around. Welcome to Planet Coaster. This is our theme park. Now, I'm going to be honest. I feel like we may need to rename the theme park, or at least reconsider the name of the theme park. Because originally, we started this theme park with intentions of spooky. Intentions of ghosts, of castles, of creepy, scary times. And that quickly disappeared when we built a giant rainbow castle and a very cozy village. We were supposed to build, creepy, unsettling village, giant imposing death castle. We built adorable, friendly village, gave rainbow castle. Like, we didn't get... we had the blueprint and we just threw it all to one side and did our own thing. And do you know what? That's okay. I'm really happy with what we did. Oh, look, the lights are turning on as the sun sets. I think that's what's happening anyhow. Can't actually remember. I haven't played this game for a fair amount of time, but I have been playing other games that use have similar camera controls. So if I get confused and can't move the camera for a few seconds, it's because I've forgotten how the game works. So there we go. Let's unhide the UI with bisexual lighting. With indeed bisexual lighting. It's kind of amazing, isn't it? I can't remember who. It might have been you, Drowsy. I can't remember who suggested it, but it makes the castle. It makes it. It's wonderful. Especially when the sun actually sets and when it's actually night time. In fact, let's do a bit of this. Look at that. Look at that. What a castle. What a castle. The flags aren't too well lit. I'm going to be honest. I could probably arrange them a bit better. But at the same time, it's wonderful. I love it. What a gem. What a gem of a castle in the moonlight on this side. It's gorgeous. We love the castle. We'll get back to the castle. There we go. It was not me. I cannot take credit for it. Ah, it was, I can't remember who it would have been then. It might have been Feywild. I think it was one of the usual people that pops in around every now and then, you know. One of the good eggs. Right. Let's have a recap. It's been a hot minute. It's always good to take stock of your situation and reevaluate where you are, where you're going, what you're planning. I'm just gonna... Oh, God. This little bit down here is gorgeous. It's very loud. Normally we're, you know, 50 feet in the sky, floating around as a camera, doing work on above. We're not really surrounded by, well, this. You know, there's not normally many people up there when we're having a nice time. Even when we're doing the stuff on rides, there's not many people up there. It's because it's a very quiet and far away area. Many guests think Rathion's too scary. We know. We know, sadly. Right, welcome to Spooky Park, as it is known. For unknown reasons, but nevertheless, Spooky Park. Here it is. We've got a cute little village. Little, like, gardeny area, little park area. We've got a little bit of a pond here with a little visitor centre over here. I love this bit. This is my favourite little part of this bit. I love it. It's great. Best little street next to the pond and a little village, and it's so cute. We've got toilets. I know. Toilets revolutionary. We've got little staff back paths, the usual stuff, good old things. We've got a little carousel. The Venetian Carousel number 2. Exciting name. I know. Got a cute little market area over here. Look at the little market. Oh, I love the little market area. It's so good. They're less... I don't know, when I first built these little market huts, I was a bit like, well, they don't really look like market stalls, but they don't look like the houses either, so it's as good as we're going to get for now. And I've grown to love them, I really have. I didn't think I'd like them as much as I do. Turns out they're kind of amazing. We've got the little... Oh, this is the information centre, isn't it, with the pointy roof? It's the one pointy roofed building in the entire village. Ooh, that's how you know it's the building in charge. That's how you know it's the leader. It's got the pointy building with the pointy roof. I mean, technically they all have pointy roofs. It's just that one's got a very specific pointy roof. God, these rides are annoying, aren't they? We also have a hidden Cicero in the corner. Ha ha ha, yes, to you too. We have the swings of Doom and Terror. They are awful. I hate them. Other people seem to love them, however. They're actually probably one of the busiest rides we have. Then again, teacups are in demand right now. Look at this. Everyone is here for the teacups. Goodness gracious me. Is there any way to make... I'm not queuing that long. I know. Everyone wants to go on it. Is there any way we can speed up the ride, make it run like twice as fast? People might get... it might turn from a gentle ride into a... what's the other word? Thrill ride. That's it. It might go from gentle to thrill if we speed it up too much, but that's a risk I'm willing to take, you know? Just some rapid teapots. But yes, this is a little village area. Isn't it cute? I love it. Very proud of it. We spent a long time on it. We've moved on from it now. We've got a little path going over here. One day, this will lead to, potentially, this spooky little autumn forest we've got going over here. The theme will be witches. The theme will be dead tree trunks. The theme will be orange, autumn, lovely glowing stuff like that, right? And a witch's hut, apparently. This is all just items that we think fits that theme that we happen to have found on our way. Anyhow, once we've got past that forest, there might even be... whatever the fuck that is, and like a dark purple blue spooky forest. So we've got like the outer spooky forest, the deep inner spooky forest. This is all things that will probably never happen, but will be lovely to happen one day. Anyhow, if we go back to the village, we've got this little path coming along here, and this path will obviously connect up to the 2 forests over there, and this is the central wishing tree, which has the best face in the world. I'm going to be honest, that's kind of the best tree I've ever seen in my entire life. Yeah, I'd say that. So yes, that exists. Coming along here, the wibbly wobbly path, we have 2 choices. You can go up the staircase of hell. That thing is so steep in the middle. Look at that guy just gliding down. Whee! Oh no, they've had a collision. Oh, well, they just merged through each other. I think you merged through the railing. Are you floating? Oh dear. Right. Anyhow, terrifying, awful staircase, which gets you there quick, but you'll probably die on the way up and or down, you know, inevitably. Many shops are very busy. I know. We're not... Look, this isn't a functioning park. It's a pretty park at the very least. And then we have the slightly more sensible route of the ramp, which leads into the cave, which needs a better sign on it. I put this up as a reminder of what the cave would be called, Rathion's Hole. It's a shit sign. It doesn't fit any sort of theming whatsoever, but, you know, we'll sort that out one day. one day. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll just forget about it. Anyhow, we've got this little place here with the spooky dragons on the roof. Love them. Happy to have them. Got a little bit of fire underneath the path. The path and platform. There we go. And here we have Rathion himself having a nice little sit. There you go. Hey, Rathion, how you doing? Good. Scaring people? Good for you. And a roller coaster going in around it. I love that as a view. It's a shame that that roller coaster is entirely non-functional and literally no one will ride it. But it's pretty. It looks cool. The roller coaster is basically an expensive scenery feature at this point. It's not. Literally no one goes on it. Oh well. Oh well. Oh well. Right, and we come up here to what we're currently working on. Area of current progress, the castle and the castle grounds. Specifically, we're focusing on the castle grounds. The main sort of path wibbles through here. You go past this ride, you go past this ride, you go past whatever's going to be there. There might be a separate path going here. And you go to the castle itself. So it all sort of leads up to the castle. And you've got this gorgeous castle, as we saw at the start, which, honestly, we spent so much time on it, and it's so worth it. Look at this thing, it's gorgeous. With an interior that, honestly, we haven't quite finished. We haven't quite finalised the gardens, I'm going to be honest. But the outer shells there, if you don't look at the bottom bit, beautiful, gorgeous. We've got a hedge maze, we've got a little... I was going to call that a pavlova. It's not a pavlova, it's a pavilion. There we go. And we've got the staircase to hell. Now, the staircase to hell... which apparently is the thing oh, there's a bird in here. Pigeon, are you going to hell? Are you the gatekeeper? Oh, okay. I thought it was going to be like, this is the pigeon that guards the gates to hell. You must pass them and their riddles. And then they flew through a wall. So, who knows what they really were. Anyhow, you wibble down here, and you arrive in La Dungeons. Now, La Dungeons are questionable at the very best. They certainly do exist. There's not much of a point in them existing, but they certainly do exist. I think at this point, during the playthrough, we sort of stopped... see, here's the thing. When we started doing the castle, from the castle up until now, we've pretty much been treating it as a scenery builder and completely ignoring the fact that there's a park. This is Rathion and Anduin's actual, like, room. There's not much in it, I'm going to be honest, but it's thematically there. And this is their dungeon, which we don't talk about. So yes, that's that. I think once we started building the castle, from then up until now, really, we've been in full scenery mode. You know, when we built the village, we were absolutely focusing on scenery. We were building buildings and stuff, but we were also focusing on the park as well. Not as much as scenery, but it was still a part of it. We had to build the rides, we had to build the paths, we had to make it all work together, you know, figure out what we're doing. Recently, with the castle, we haven't really needed to do that. We've just been like, right, we're going to build a castle, we're going to build the dungeons, and we've taken our time doing that, and I think as a result, it's very impressive. But we've completely forgotten, or I've completely forgotten, let's be honest, how to actually build a theme park. So now we have to go back to the park side of it, and to be honest, the roller coaster is probably a good example of I don't actually remember how to build a park, because this thing, while it certainly does exist, literally no one rides on it. It's unrideable. All the NPCs are like, looks a bit too risky. I'm gonna be honest, I'm just gonna say no. The reason I'm going to editing mode, by the way, is because this bit is floating and we want some track supports. I forgot to do that last time. Oh well. Track supports, where are you at? Tick. Oh, not that much. Can we, like, yeah, support you a bit less, please? Less supportive. Thank you very much. I'd appreciate that. Oh, nope, still a bit less. Don't normally call for things to be less supportive, but, you know, roller coasters. They make you do strange things. Go up there. There we go. That'll do. That looks weird, but it'll do. We want to support this bit down here. The supports don't actually do anything. They just look there. Look there? They just look... Well, they look. That's all they do. They act as a visual feature only. So this isn't for actual support. This is just so it doesn't look quite so much like it's floating. You know, we don't want... I know none of this park makes actual sense, but... It'd be nice if some parts of it could at least pretend to make sense. You know, just a vague illusion of sense, at the very least. Oh gosh, I didn't realize it goes so close to the mountain there. Not bad. Not bad at all. Also, is it really a mountain, or is it a, like, I don't know what you'd call it, plateau? Cliff? It's just a cliff. It's very weirdly shaped. That'll do. That'll do. Any more supports needed around anywhere else? Don't think so. We've got them ones up there, them ones there. Done and done. And do we have to test you? Wear and tear. Broken down? You're not. I closed you. You're not broken down. No mechanic. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Excuse you. I feel lied to. I closed you. You're not broken down. Mechanic. We need a mechanic. Staff. Mechanics. Where are you at? Inspecting the aeroplane. Heading to staff building. We only have 2 mechanics? Oh, God. No wonder things are going badly around here. All right, let's... It really has been that long since we actually remembered that this is a theme park. All right. Mechanic 1. Mechanic 2. Haha. To you 2. And you can go there as well. For good measure. We only have about 4 rides, but 5 mechanics seems right for that. You know, one can have a break at all times. Alrighty, and then if we go into, just gonna copy that number there. If we train all of our staff. I'm only clicking this because it lets me click it and we have infinite money. I don't actually know what it does, and I don't technically care. I'm not... Look, we're not here to manage a park. We're here to build a park, right? But I'm sure it does wonderful things. Maybe the staff are more better at their job. Words are hard. Alright. Oh gosh, I haven't gone through this in a while, have I? There's loads of people being paid $80 a whatever. We did figure it out at one point in time, what these numbers correlated to, because it just says pay, and it's just default $80. Don't know if that's a day, a month, well, definitely not a month, an hour, or, you know, whatever. But I've just upped it to 600 because we have infinite money, and it just feels like the right thing to do. There we go. Yeah, I'm not really sure what that actually means in regards to anything, but yeah, well. So that's been done with. Hopefully the ride will actually open soon. There we go, it's in testing. Oh, do your test. Do you know, you just want to add some supports and they make you retest the entire thing. We know it doesn't work. We know it's a non-functional ride. Well, it's functional, but terrifying. No one wants to go on it. I'm going to have a sip of tea. There we go. Time seems to flow differently here, so I'm not sure what that pay covers. Honestly, me either. Time works in mysterious ways in real life, let alone in this fake universe of nonsense. Are you actually testing? Oh my goodness, if I'd pressed the start test button, that would have been amazing, wouldn't it? Okay. So I've got this thing while that thing's doing its test, which is called that name. It spins around with creepy children laughing in the distance. What more could you need, really? I don't know why we built this thing. I think it was just to get people to come up here because they weren't coming up for Rathion. Might as well come up here for something. We wanted this bit here to be a little bit of a path, didn't we? Should we do that? Should we do just like with these sort of like stable entrances at either side? The thing is, literally no one's going to walk along this bit if we do that, but at the same time, bums. You know, we're just... If that be the case, then that be the case, because what we've done is we've created this looping S sort of shape, this wiggly backwards and forwards. So if we just put a path through the middle of it, the NPCs are absolutely going to take that one 99% of the time. That's going to be there like, well, I need to get to there. There's nothing along there. I'm going to take the shorter route. Like, they're not going to wibble around for fun, are they? Unless they do. Don't know. So we should probably make it fairly wide. If it's going to be the main path, realistically, it should be a main... big path. There we go. Big path. Path big. That'll do me just fine. Where's Rathion at? It'll sort of wobble up here, won't it, when it's ready? Good for it. So we've got these ranchers' gateways, which are adorable. Just need to make them fit in. Lovely quote there. By the order of the Jarl, you are smelly. Smell a bit of humour there. Oh, I think I'm hearing a Rathion behind us. I think that's yep, that's definitely a dragon. Where are you at? Oh yeah, you're doing the slow crawl bit at the end. This is such a badly designed roller coaster. I kind of love that it's there, but at the same time, we have to build an actual roller coaster, right? Like, we can't have a theme park that has one roller coaster that no one actually goes on, like one non-functioning roller coaster, and that's it. Like, I feel obliged to build one that actually works at some point in time. I've, in theory, learnt my lesson, and also, we're not doing it anytime soon because we've spent enough time with roller coasters recently. Thank you very much. Sorry, having a slip of tea. So, yeah, eventually, not right now, but eventually. Oh, we've got these little lantern chains, haven't we? They're cute. They're not thematic in any way, but they're very cute. Oh, we need some We need benches, we need bins, we need all sorts. God, goodness me, we need to get things set up. That's what we need to do. Pavilions, these are what we like. Now, blue and yellow, that feels right, right? If it's Randomwin Castle, and it's the castle grounds, blue and yellow feels good, right? Right? Like, Rathion has his cave. Anduin has the grounds. It's not particularly balanced, but I feel like... I don't know, would they like that? Let's just put... Here's the thing. They're not real, and neither am I. So let's just put some tents down and have a good time, right? Let's just do that. Oh, dear goodness me. Right. We could have like a little... We could have like a little circus ground, couldn't we? Should we do like a little circus ground? Like I'm thinking sort of Darkmoon Fair-ish, like vanilla Darkmoon Fair, where it's just a little, not where you get teleported to a weird, confusing island. That is very, very cool, but, you know, more like a little, just a little fairground. A little, like, shall we build a fair inside of a theme park? That seems sensible, doesn't it? You have good intentions. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. Goodness me, I'm sorry, I've been drinking peppermint tea. It's so nice. It's leaving such a fresh taste in my mouth. I didn't expect it. Wonderful stuff. I mean, the peppermint tea I've been previously drinking was probably about 5 years out of date. This is probably just the first time I'm tasting actual peppermint tea that's supposed to taste how it tastes, you know? Alright, let's plonk that down there. Should we do like a little, like, I'm into that. We could have a little fairgroundy area. Yeah, a little, like... Here's the local fair that pops in every now and then. Oh yes, aren't they jovial and happy and jolly and boppy? I don't know what particular theming stuff we have for that, but I'm willing to make it work, you know? I'm willing to do what we can. If we go into paths and put down a little, like... We have to make this path smaller, of course. We could have something, like a path coming off here. And we could have like a little, I don't know, loop around here. This is all rough. This is all rough, so don't judge the fact that it doesn't actually... look good shape-wise. It's in fact a horrendous thing. Doesn't look like a circle that much. Sure, that'll do. And then it could like have multiple little entrances, so you can like pop off here and go, oh look, let's go to the fair, Daddy. I don't know what voice that was, but I'm hoping it never comes back. No offense. Oh dear. Paths. How do you? No, don't do that. We're not gonna. Oh, for goodness sakes. How hard is it to just build a little? Not like that. I don't want one like that. Just, yeah, that'll do. That makes no sense. That'll do, you know? Oh dear, something like that, and then we can sort of loop it up here as well. So it's got these little paths that join onto here. Again, if someone is here and wants to get to there, they're probably just going to cut straight through it. We'll deal with that. We'll deal with that when we get to it, you know? I want people to use the main paths more often, but if they don't, oh well. It's not the end of the world, is it? So now that we have that as a sort of general establishment, the sort of the vibe I'm going for is sort of like polite version of Darkmoon Fair. The sort of visual or structural side of it, I'm thinking Brewfest. Like specifically the Ogremar Brewfest. If you don't know what that is and you don't play World of Warcraft, this will make no sense to you. I apologize. But it's essentially a small gathering of tents in a circle around a like central area. That's the sort of structure, shape, layout, sort of layout, that's the word, that I've got in my head at the moment. Just like, you know, the central bit with a load of tents around it, and you got your little ins and outs and your main entrance, your little side entrance, and then like over here we could have some outhouses. Why would we build? Yeah, I figured we'd have. We could. Oh, hang on. Sorry, I just got way too excited over the concept of outhouses. I was like, oh yeah, we could build some outhouses because you know they're the Brewfest. We can build functioning outhouses. And then I was like, oh, that could be it. That could be how we theme the toilets up here. Outhouses. I got really excited over the concept of functional outhouses. That's my day. Hope yours is going just as well. So that's there. We're not going to have a ride in here because it's tiny. And I can't think of any that would fit. Although maybe... No, that would be a lot more space to take up. It would make it a lot more narrow and cramped. And it would ruin the natural feel of it, you know, the sort of like the it would feel too permanent if I had a ride in the middle of it. I'm thinking shops. I'm thinking we don't have this many tents, and like we have a few tents, and then some of them are just tent themed shops, you know, just you know, bits and bobs. So if we go into buildings, and we go into custom, and we go into game freezing. There we go. No, okay, hang on. The shops and facilities. There we go. There we go. I've remembered how this game works. gift shops. Loony balloons. Well, absolutely. We have to have the balloon shop here, right? That just makes sense. So if we put that down... I mean, here, I guess. What about here? What about here as a concept? I don't know what's going to go in the middle. I was thinking just like maybe a big old jester statue. We've got a few of those. We could have more. Maybe this is the area where, because there's hidden jesters throughout the park, or hidden Ciceros, this is the area you come to claim your prize at the end. Or this is like the sort of, if you don't know about it, this is where you come to learn about it. There's a big jester statue in the middle with information plaques and like, rumor has it there are hidden jesters across the park. You know, that sort of stuff. That sort of stuff. So that's that there. We could have a hat shop here. No, but we can't just have hats and balloons. Let's do food and drink as well. Slush, soda, juice, smoothies, water, fox coffee. The vending machines, they're cute, aren't they? Milkshakes, energy drinks, slush, soda, pip shot juice, smoothies. I'm thinking slush. I feel like slush feels appropriate, right? Copy to you too. And food-wise, what do we think? What do we think? Burrito, chief beef. Already got chief beef down there. Chow mein, that ice cream. Oh, we're having ice cream. It has to be ice cream, right? Right, of course it is. So that's there as sort of a... This area is not only just a scenery piece like everything else is, it's supposedly also functional. And then if we go into... what's it under? What's it under? Toilets. The toilets, surprisingly, are under the toilet section. And we just shove these off here for now. Alright, let's build an outhouse. Let's do this properly. Edit building. Shrink that down. Pretty please. Now then. The fuck are we doing? We want, first of all, we want daytime, so we can see what we're doing. Apologies to the wonderful sunset. What are you made out of? Natural wood plank walls. Is that the same... Funky music, by the way. Is that the same vibe we want to go for this thing or not? Uncertain. If we do natural wood... And I'll bring that up. How do you do it? Does this look outhousey? How do we build an outhouse? I got really excited over... That's not an outhouse. First of all, that's not an outhouse. Second of all... I was about to decorate a bloody slush thing as... Oh, people were desperate for the toilet. I'm so sorry. This keeps happening. I was about to make a fatal mistake and turn a slush shop into toilets. Glad that hasn't happened. I wouldn't particularly want to buy slush from somewhere shaped like an outhouse. That wouldn't be my personal favourite thing. Does that look outhousey? I feel like it looks outhousey enough. It's not the same wood as that one over there. That one's going one way, this is going the other way. It's sort of more beamy looking. And for me, it looks more outhousey. But at the same time, it's all wood. It's all wood, who cares, you know? It's batten, apparently. That's the technical term, is battered wood. How do you make something look outhousey? You see, in my head, outhouses are like slightly tall and slightly wonky. In my head, outhouses just look like the one from Shrek. Like there's no... Sorry. It's just how it is. My brain stores no other knowledge. A little pointy roof makes sense, right? Oh, do we want a really pointy roof? Some would call that excessive. I think it looks funky as hell. What roofing have we got? Give me a good old... We could just... Screw the wood. We could just have it like that. That's kind of silly. I love it, but we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Imagine walking into a set of toilets as being built around you. These people are that desperate. These things are so under construction, it's not even funny, and they're running straight in the door. There's planks of wood being hammered on the walls around them. They don't care. They're running... Here's the thing. This is how desperate they are for the toilet. They're running into what can only be described as an eternal black void. Under the promise that it's probably toilets. They don't know that it is. It's just been built. They're disappearing in there. There's no room. I don't know how they're doing it. I don't know where they're going, but they're that desperate. That's how... That's how much I forget to build toilets. Ooh. We could have... Now, you thought that was too pointy. What about... That's ridiculous. I love it. We're not doing that, but isn't it wonderful? Corrugated iron. Is corrugated iron a thing? Is corrugated iron... Does that feel... outhousey? It feels kind of outhousey to me. I don't know if it's the right kind of outhousey, but it's definitely a certain kind. I mean, it's only the castle grounds. It's not the castle itself. It doesn't have to be fancy, does it? I don't think we've got anything steep enough for what we've built, actually. Might have to reconsider. Oh, no, are you... No, you're not. Oh, well, we'll have to reconsider our thoughts right now. Not to mention, if you were to delete the toilets, they would vanish from existence. They would indeed. Sucks to be them. That's all I got to say about that. All right, let's just get rid of these triangle pointy bits. A wild Feywild appears. Hello, Feywild. How you doing? Good to see you. We're building an outhouse. That's all you need to know. I'm very excited over the... I got very excited, A, that we could build an outhouse, and B, that it would be functional. I was like, oh, a functional outhouse? It's the best thing I've ever heard. What is that? That's so silly. I love that. Do we want it that way around? No, that's not right, is it? Do that way around. Do it that way around. Do it that way around. And then we go back into walls, and we go back to our good old friend. That's not how you type. Oh god, help, help, help. There we go. Natural wood. There we have it. And get a pointy bit. Ta-da. Oh, I do want you one taller. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, help. The camera's fallen off a cliff. Oh dear. An outhouse sounds like a bum rap. What a crappy job. Tell me about it. Full of shit. You're right. You're so right. That's got a gap in it. Why does that have a gap in it? Oh, it has to go like that. Oh well. Boom. Oh dear. Yes, hope you're doing okay, Feywild. Does that look outhousey? I mean, it looks sufficiently rustic. I don't know if that's quite the precise vibe, but yeah, Papa Malempo, I agree. We can apparently colour the corrugated iron. I don't think it's changing much. I'm going to the zoo tomorrow. I'm very excited. Feywild, I'm very excited on your behalf. That's amazing. Super fun. Have so much fun at the zoo. Tell all the animals that I said hello and I wish them the best. You know, that's so cool. Look at you, Feywild. Look at you doing things. Going to the zoo. Oh, God bless you. That sounds amazing. Have so much fun. That sounds like the best day out ever. Weather's been good. We're going to stop by the botanical garden, see if the flowers bloomed. I'll give the animals love from both of them. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, that sounds so good. Have a wonderful time, Feywild. That sounds amazing. Yeah, that'll do as an outhouse. We're not going to spend all stream figuring out how an outhouse looks, only to give up and do what we've been doing. You know, we're not. It's not that stream today. It could be. I wouldn't be surprised if it ended up like that, but right now we can at least hope it won't be. There we go. Now this doesn't look right. Oh my goodness, that person just... I didn't see the person come out of the void. I just saw these two eyes. That was terrifying. That doesn't look quite right, but at the same time... No, it just doesn't look quite right. There's no two ways about it. I need wood, and I need it to be malleable. None of this stuck to grid nonsense. Give me pure, shapeable wood. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I need... Alright, it's going to Siri. Fuck it. We're abandoning that. We're gonna... I would like wood, please. Explosive barrel. That's not quite what I had in mind. I'm gonna be quite honest with you there. That wasn't my first. That's a... Okay, right. No, these... Oh dear. Oh dear. Right, okay. Fuck. What did we do on this thing? We've got... See, we didn't, did we? They're not toilets. That'll do that, won't it? It's such a bland little building, isn't it? It's very bland. We could dangle something from the top of it, couldn't we? In theory. Wave to each and every one of the flamingos for me. Yes. Oh, I love flamingos. They're amazing creatures. They're good boys who like the attention. God bless them. God bless them. I think you can turn off grid snapping. Really? Can we turn off grid snapping for because I know building pieces grid snap, but I wasn't sure if it was a changeable feature. I thought it was like a buildings grid snap. That's that. I know you can change the size of the grid. We've got it as small as it can be. I haven't... Hang on a second. We're going to have a quick dig in the options because there are a lot of options in this game and I don't know anything about them. Game. Global vertical snapping. That's off. Reputation. Security features. Scenery collision. Coast collision. All turned off. Default bounding box. Use the bounding box alignments tower. I have no idea what that means. Averaged orientation in advanced mode. I don't know what that means either, but it doesn't sound relevant. Relevant? I think I just said... Sorry, I've got zoos on the brain now. Okay, I can't see anything in there, and... Oh well. Irrelevant. I've got zoos on the brain. Dear me, I'm so sorry. We should be able to find something wooden shaped that doesn't snap. Not every single building piece does. That one does. I was trying to find one as an example, and everyone is like, oh no, we're going to snap now? There's nothing you can do about that. Why are they coaster supports? Yeah, some of them don't snap, but others, very snappy. Very snappish, if you will. Concrete decorative, what the heck? Fairy tale thingy. Fairy tale, I just want wood. Give me, why am I not searching wood? Wood? Alright, give me non-snappable wooden object. That's snappable. Fuck you. Oh dear. There is a thing around here that I know doesn't, but I'm not sure if it's the right shape or not. Or changing the grid size help, maybe? See, the thing is, the grid size changes everything. I haven't played this game in so long, even. The grid size does work, but it's still, I would rather, I don't know, I will try and see if we did put something like that, it would get rid of the blue, wouldn't it? What if we just shoved another wall in the middle? How would that work? How would that work? Well, a wall or two. Well, first of all, it would have to not be sticking through the bloody ceiling. There we go. Just sort of a bit like that. How does that look? Not the weirdest thing you've ever seen, right? If we do that to get rid of all of the blue, then it's absolutely hellish. No. Oh, dear me. Just listen to you begging for wood. This game is depriving you. It is. I'm deprived of wood right now, and this game is not... it's not providing. I'm asking nicely. I'm begging. I'm pleading. It's nothing. Not a thing. I don't like how that looked, so we're not going to do it. Simple as. My word. My word indeed. Oh, look at that. That's a funky little shape, isn't it? Oh, I like that one. Does that... How does... F does floor it. Floor it. It's a funky shape. Oh, we could use that for something, couldn't we? I don't know what, but we could definitely... What's it called? Wooden frame. Brain. You can do words. I believe in you. Wooden frame. There we have it. There we have it. Village window extension. Oh, what a fancy little thing. We could put a very fancy window on the top of it. We could... We're not going to do that. That makes no sense. Wooden be... Oh, gosh. There's all sorts in here, isn't it? Wooden balcony support. I thought it was called snippet. I don't know why... Why would it be anything like that? Wooden column. Now, that's kind of what we want, but it's a bit too... Well, quite frankly, it's a bit too good looking. We need... we want something that looks... Oh, look at that. Oh, we're going back to the other building straight away in a second. We're going to... Look at these things. We're going to put so many little odds and frills and bits and bobs on it. I like that. Reminds me of those ivy walkabouts where the vines grow up over the posts, make little green tunnels. Trestles, yes. Oh, they're great, aren't they? Those things are gorgeous. Wooden pillar. Oh god, I've completely forgotten how to... What's the shortcuts for anything in this game? How... Oh no. Fuck. It's okay, it's okay. I've just been playing a lot of Skyrim Creation Kit, and that is a tool in which you are in a very similar camera position, manipulating objects in a very similar manner. And of course, it just works differently. Of course it does. Of course it does. Every single software that is similar always works differently. That's just the law. That's the worst thing I've ever built. Okay, so we're not going to do that. We're going to... see, these snap. Is that just what we built, but more? Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's just what we tried to build, but didn't work. But without the metal bit on the bottom. No, that's too far forward for one. What if we just put it back a bit? How would that work? Can we put it back a bit, or does it snap too much? No, it's too snappish. How dare it? How dare it? There we go. X to get into that. That's for sure. What about... Straighten up, please. Straighten up properly. It's just... Okay, what do we... How do we... Yeah, line to surface. Line to surface. Off. Why are you at an angle? What's... When did... Help? Hello? Oh, no. Who just lit it on the floor? Do you know what? Here's what we're going to do. You know that thing I said I hated? Yeah, we're going to do that. Otherwise, we might spend the entire stream shouting at an outhouse. So that's that done. We've got an outhouse for now. Temporary design. Not the worst thing I've ever seen. Kind of the worst thing I've ever seen. We'll leave it be for now. Now, we've just discovered a lot of wooden bits and bobs and things, and this is a particularly plain-looking building. What we can do with this information is many exciting things. For one, I hate this roof and we're going to redesign it. But for two, I don't know anything else. Anything else? What if we... because we've got this funky little thing going on here, which I kind of love. I think it's wonderful. It's so senseless. It makes no sense. I adore it, though. It's just beams and gaps. What if we just duplicated it, huh? What if it was just like this on both sides? Strong noises of distress. That's me with this game. I adore this game to death. I'm not good at it, and I don't understand it a lot of the time. So there are quite a few of those noises, but know that they are noises also of love. They're just also frustration, you know? Okay, so that looks weird as fuck, but you know what? Less weird than it last looked. Yeah, that kind of looks almost more stably. It'll do. It'll do. Who cares? It'll do. What were the... I was looking at things, wasn't I? It was near the bottom. Near the end of the section. Just get to settings, grid, shrinkle dinkle. No one likes a big grid. Don't be silly now. I like to surface. Got little details like this, haven't we? Little trims and bits and bobs. They're very cute. It's not quite the right colour, is it? Oh god, no, that's entirely... Oof, that couldn't have been even wronger. Aww. So cute. Little village window, isn't it? It's a cute window. It's a cute window. It's a very cute window. Wooden posts. Don't know what that's called. What have you... what have you in theory just sort of went... in there? No. Pillar... Wooden lateral support. There's some very big words in this game. I don't for a second know what any of them mean, but I'm glad they exist, you know? Can we change the colour of you? We can. What if we just darken you in some fashion? Would that look wrong? Not quite, is it? If we could just... I want a colour picking option so I can just say, yeah, use the same colour as that thing, please, thank you. And just leave it to do its thing. You know, I want the game to do the work for me, if that's quite alright. Thank you. Something like that. Oh god, I'm not good with colours. Why am I... That looks even worse. Alright, here's the deal. Delete, burn, hate it. Ooh, that's a similar colour to the front bits. Shame it's the wrong size. That one isn't. That'll do. I like that. That's kind of fancy. Duplicate an advanced move. There we have it. There we have it. Guess who's remembered how the game works? Me. Alright, another one over there. And this one in the end here. Just to finish things off nicely. Groovy. There we go. Just little... The roof looks so fucking weird now. It's the weirdest roof I've ever built. It's gonna stay like that for now. It's a temporary feature. Oh, dear me. Who's a cute village window? Who's a cute village window? I agree. This thing's a cute village window. Just do that. Talikati paldu. Hala. These people say some very interesting words. I love them. They sound magical. What am I actually building? Here's a question. What is this supposed to be? Well, because I think at one point in time, stables. But now, I gotta change the roof. I love it. I hate it. It was a lovely, lovely idea. It now looks very ridiculous. What am I building here? Oh, dear. Has anyone else ever had their experience of their tastes changing? I used to hate mustard, but I've reached a point where I actually like it now. It's really weird. Not just ambivalent, but actively seeking it out. Absolutely, yes. Mustard was revolting as a child, using it for sandwiches. Oh, really? I've never liked mustard, but I've never really been into mustard all that much. I haven't tried it in a long time. I don't think I'd like it, but at the same time, don't know. But yeah, absolutely. Peppers. I used to not enjoy peppers. Now I quite like a good pepper, you know? I've never been too particular about my eating habits. I've never been too... I don't want to say fussy, because that just sounds rude, but, you know, I've never been, yeah, too particular. But as I've grown older, I've basically become even less particular, you know? It's... If I was pretty easygoing with food beforehand, I'm definitely easygoing with food nowadays. Someone there is laughing at something amazing. I'm glad they're happy, I just don't understand. Alright, let's do a bit of this. Bit of this and of that. There we go. Nice. And I mean, as a child, I didn't like coffee, and I now drink coffee. You know, tastes change over time. It's magical and wonderful. The only time you should be concerned about that is if you suddenly can't actually taste things, or your sense of taste changes rapidly, you should maybe consider things then. That is somewhat a cause for concern. I was going to say, is it changing anything? Yeah, it is. That's bright orange. We don't want that, thank you. How's that looking? How's that looking? Weird. That'll do. It's not the worst thing in the world. Okay, so it looks a bit more sensible as far as building shape goes. The back trim doesn't make any sense, but I like it. I don't like it that much. I'm deleting it, but you know, at one point in time, I definitely liked it. Yeah, that's nice. Then it's got a definite front on it, you know. It's not just a weird two-sided weird shaped building. It's got a definite, this is the front. You've got your little front standy bit. I like that more. I like that better. That feels like it has an actual shape now. It feels less weird. Less overly funky, you know. Alright, so now we've got an outhouse. Should we duplicate this bad boy? Plonk it somewhere else. Where do we want more outhouses? Actually, do you know what? We can't do that yet. We're getting distracted. Let's build fake tents. Now... if outhouses were going to be confusing and they are actual buildings, I don't know how we're going to do a tent. This might be a stretch. We're going to do our very best, but it might be a stretch. I don't... Right. How do... I hadn't really considered this too much. Metal alloy. Can we paint you colours? You're curved. Tents are in fact curved. We could have a square tent if we needed to. Metal alloy wall. Okay, let's just... It's a very heavy noise, isn't it? Oh, there we go. Used to super hit it, but I have some spicy brown mustard on a turkey Swiss bacon wheat wrap. All of that sounds delicious. Every word that gets added to that sentence just makes me more and more hungry. How dare you? That's amazing. Kept digging the rabbit extra mustard while going. Get you. Look at you. Learning things about yourself. That's amazing. My phone just told me I was streaming. Congratulations. I'm now streaming. Oh dear, alright, that's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. But could we paint it? Here, a paintable surface. We want yellows and blues to fit everything else. So like a what's that changing actually? Don't know. So we're gonna change the second colour. That seems to be the colour we're going for. It's more of an orange than a yellow, isn't it? That's alright. Why is that not changed? Hello? That colour. I didn't press OK, that's probably why. That'd probably do it, wouldn't it? Why does that have two colours on it and that one doesn't? That's so weird. It's a door frame, I suppose. Interesting. As I got older, I like the taste of tomatoes more, but the texture still puts me off. Really? The taste is good, but I must have tomatoes sliced thin on a moisturised stomach. It's got mayo, anything becomes a soggy quagmire. Really? I love tomatoes. The shape and the everything, and you can just bite into it, and sometimes they're like... pop in your mouth. I'm sorry, they're just so good. I love a good tomato. Tomatoes are amazing. Tomatoes are such an easy way to spice up a sandwich, you know. It's sandwiches become delicious when you put a tomato in them. I mean, they can be sorry, what was that music in the background? That was amazing. I think it was one of the buildings we got set up. Love it. Alright, so the fake tents aren't going bad so far. Not bad at all, to be honest. I'm okay with this. If we figure out a roof, they will fit the theming, technically. It's a very weird shaped building, but square tents are fine. Square tents are fine. Hello, Sapphire1707. How are you doing? Nice to see you. I like sun-dried tomatoes. Oh, sun-dried tomatoes are the best thing ever. They can get it. Oh, God, I love a sun-dried tomato. Oh, I haven't had one in a while. Ooh, I want a sun-dried tomato. Sorry, got a bit distracted there. I think I'm lusting over a sun-dried tomato. Mixed with mayo or cream cheese for sandwiches. Oh, yeah, not jellied. Oh, that sounds so good. Sun-dried tomatoes are honestly maybe the best things to ever exist, and I will stand by that. Let's have a roof. We need a weird pointy sort of a thing. Now, you know how I said I wanted a weird pointy thing? This isn't quite... this isn't quite a tent, but at the same time, it's not a tent, right? This isn't like untent. It's just not. It's more tentant, you know. It's then not a tent. This isn't. That's not right, is it? Is it? No, it's not. What about sort of a U? Have we got any? See, here's the thing. We built this. What if we didn't build this? Have we got any round bits that are smaller? Give me a smaller round, you know? Give me I want wall pieces for one. Dear me. Do ya, buddy? Because the square's fine. If we can find something else, wouldn't be against it. Wouldn't be against it, you know? Can we have alternates? I need to figure out what can be coloured what way now. Oh no, what have I done? Go back into editing. Dear me. No, that can't be coloured at all. Continue the search. What are you guys like? Can you be coloured? Can you be dyed? Oh, you can. In what manner? Okay. That's probably better than the plain old plain ones, so that's a start. Bavarian. Oh, it's the Bavarian. We used that in the village. We did. We did. Don't know why my voice went a bit like that, but it did. Dear, that'll go there, that'll go there. Give me a shop front, and that'll go there. And it'll make horrible, jittery shapes and noises. Wonderful. Sandwiches are beautiful. Sandwiches are fine. I like sandwiches. I eat them all the time. Oh, is this an actual rhyme? Oh, God. I eat them for my supper and I eat them for my lunch. If I had 100 sandwiches, I'd eat them all at once. I love a good sandwich. They're amazing. That's honestly 99% of my meals as a child were sandwiches. They're good stuff. They are. You can't beat a sandwich. It's, you know, it's not warm, admittedly, but it's very delicious. You know, it's good stuff. Sandwiches are good things. Sorry, I'm getting a bit sidetracked about sandwiches now. I'm okay with that. Alright, blue and yellow. Yeah, that's the better way around, isn't it? Okay. Why is the shop front... Oh, fuck it. If it's going to have the weird grey bit at the bottom, then it has to. You know? Unintentional. Bless you, Jazzy. Oh, dear, I'm good, thank you. How are you? I'm good, thank you. Yes, doing alright. I've got a cup of tea, and I'm having a lovely evening. Thank you for asking. Bless you. Pun intended. Ayy. Wonderful. Wraps are good if you want warm sandwiches. That's very true. Wraps are good if you want warm sandwiches. You are not wrong. You are, in fact, correct with that. To be honest, if you want a warm sandwich, just put a sandwich under the... You know, just a toasted sandwich. It's not... You make a very good point. Sandwiches are amazing, and they can, in fact, be warm. This is all very true and very wonderful. And how the fuck are we going to make this 10-shaped? How are we... Sorry. How are we... How is this... what have we done? See, that doesn't look right because of the corners. But if we just pretended... As we are doing with everything else in this theme park, let's be honest, that that looks so shit. I love it. Oh, that's great. This is like, do you want a tent? This tent available for $24.99. This tent is also available for £4.99 if you would like the tent replacement. You know, it's not... Oh, look at it. It's trying its hardest. It's square walls and the... Do we have a square... Oh, hang on a second. Might be having a good time now. Well, good time's a stretch, but, you know, we might be able to be semi-respectable. We could, you know, we could do a bit of this, bit of that. Bit of the other... No. There we go. That's... Okay. Okay, here's the thing. The blue is not the right blue on the top either. It's, it's just... It's not quite right. I don't... Oh, dear. No, we can't do that. We can't do that. It's forbidden. I do not allow it. We're going to delete that roof. We're going to try... Oh, we could put a little... Just put a bit of hay on it. That'd be fine, wouldn't it? No. Fairy tale canopy. There's a lot of fairy tale canopies, but no fairy tales to go with it. Something just broke down in the distance there. Good for it. Good for it. I could eat a peanut butter and grape jelly sandwich for every meal, every day for the rest of my life. I'm going to have a drink because my voice is going. Dear me. Pardon me. For the rest of my life, and be happy. Or using pita bread, slice it open. Yeah, stuff it with ingredients. Oh, it's the good stuff. My boyfriend does that with just cheese sometimes, and it's the gooeyest. It's just bread and cheese. It's just gooey bread and cheese, and it's the best thing ever. It's so good. Grilled cheese, homemade on the stove. Yeah, good stuff. The world's most wizard tent shop. It's great, isn't it? It's lovely. It's not happening, but it's great. I love it. We can make it out of gingerbread. No, we're not doing that. Don't be silly, brain. I would love to work out gingerbread. No, we can't do that. No, we can't do that. No, we can't do that. What are you? No. You're a no. You're a no. Okay, no. That's what are you? Roof molding bevel corner. Oh, lovely. homemade grilled cheese with thick slices of fresh bread and melty gouda in the middle. Oh, just ate how you making me hungry again. That sounds so good. That sounds delicious. Oh, God, love a good sandwich. I really do. I had half a cheese sandwich today. It was amazing. Cheese and mayonnaise. It's so basic. It's so good, though. So good, though. Love it. Ah, dear me. I've never got the peanut butter and jam situation, but oh well. I've just realised we've been live for an hour and 2 minutes. So what we're going to do, while I figure out how tents work, and I don't know how tents work, there we go. Wonderful sight. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have a little 5-minute break. Oh, the camera went funny. I'm going to have a 5-minute break. Camera, are you... There we go. Poor thing. Poor thing. Right, we're going to have a 5-minute break. I'll be back in a few minutes. I'm just going to go stand up, have a stretch. If you haven't stood up in a while, if you need to look away from the screen, if you need to just take a break and look after yourself, maybe now's a good time to do that. Either way, I'm going to go do that. So I'll be back in a few minutes, and I will see you then. Bye-bye.
Europa melanie lam. Hoven the muz. Mamina charmi a goodle.
Jabuka, que tal se fazer?
Gut no got that folks good.
Who é que manda me Deus?
Have no salon no party. Lemon say fu. La fu. No pavo.
Whew. All right, I've returned. Oh, got my back, right. Right, should we get back into it? Go on then. Oh, hello. That's not what we do with that. Ah, dear me. Gouda, if you're so inclined. We have cheddar. It's very basic. It's very nice. It's very basic. Actually, no, we do have some red Leicester as well. Quite into that at the moment, but it's mostly cheddar. Look at all that litter. We need bins. You're right. We do need bins. The janitor's having a good time. Jart Sylvester, however, doesn't really have anywhere to put the rubbish he's sweeping up. Probably having to walk quite a while to get to said bins. Bins is a good shout. I'm going to finish off building this. What is this? Oh, it's the weirdest building I've ever built. I love it. It's great. It's wonderful. Honestly, calling this the weirdest building I've ever built is a lot, considering the rest of the buildings in this bloody park. They're all interestingly shaped. God bless them. Right. Wooden veranda roof support. No. I was going to say no thank you. That's kind of cute. We could have like... Maybe not for this particular building, but we could have one of those with the sign dangling off of it. What is this music? If I had to work with that music playing non-stop, I would honestly quit. I would just quit. Right. Here's the thing. I don't know if we're going to get a good roof at all. I don't know if we're going to be able to build a fake tent that looks like a fake tent. It might just have to look weird. That's okay. You know, if it has to, then it has to. We're not going to complain about that too much. It's you know, it is how it is. Grid. There we go. Behave yourself. Go smaller. How do we want you? How do we want you? Yeah. Oh, you've got a little... What have you got inside you? You got a little... Oh, it's like a little bit of a... Like a Lego piece. It's got like a bit sticking out to slot into the bit underneath it. That's weirdly cute. Why is that cute? I love it. It's adorable. Oh, God, camera. Oh, my goodness, camera. The dear. Jesus, goodness gracious me. It's just loads of just noises. We just zoom past all the radios and everything. Dear me. Dear me. And I thought the camera in Skyrim Creation Kit was confusing. This thing takes it to a whole new level. It's just going to be a weird house. It's going to be a weird shape. It's going to be a weird color. And that's okay. We're going to call that a tent. We're going to... That's what we're going to do. Oh dear. So if we delete these buildings, because I've done this the wrong way around. Delete these buildings. Delete these buildings. Delete these. How do I... Delete the... There we go. There we go. Sorry, I got stuck on a loop there because I couldn't delete the buildings. There we go. I'll have a bit of this. It's kind of silly, but it's kind of cute. I love them. I think we're accidentally opening up 3 balloon shops as well at the same time, so we'll deal with that when we get to that. Excuse me. I need to pop in here, thank you. Loony balloons, more like gone. More like non-existent balloons, am I right? Let's put some drinks down. Let's just put food and drinks down, and let's never talk about that. There we go. Gulpy, I agree. Wonderful. There we go, bit of that. Next. Who are we going to delete today? No one works in it. We can't delete them. That's a... Well, it's not a shame. It's a good thing, to be quite honest. But, ooh, I think I just rotated the camera there without meaning to. That was a bit fun, wasn't it? That was wonderful. Embrace the weird fake tent look. Honestly, that's what we're doing. You know, the rest of this park looks absolutely nonsense. We might as well make this bit look nonsense as well. There we go. That says all you need to hear. So, we have ice cream. We have milkshake. We have... balloons. What more do you need at a theme park that's got a fair in it? I don't even know what we're doing anymore, but I'm having a wonderful time. We've got an outhouse that doesn't look like an outhouse. Do you know what? Do you want to make this look more like an outhouse? Almost. Sorry to everyone who's currently inside of this thing. If we like... Oh god, how do I rotate things? How do I... There we go. Fucking go. I've so forgotten how to play this game. If we like put it this way around. So like, you have to path around this way. And you just have to like, it's down the side. It's not quite, you know, just on the front bit. It's just, you know, around the corner. Just go around the back of that tent. There's an outhouse, you know, you can just use next to the cliff. Maybe we should put a fence up, huh? Maybe we should install some sort of fencing. That would be an idea, wouldn't it? I typed in fencing. Ah, we do have some fences already, don't we? What did we decide on? Ooh, we didn't decide. We weren't sure. Do we want the low western fence or the rough western fence? Now, sensibly, we want the rough one, right? We want the tall one to go along the cliffside. But none of this is sensible. What if we just had the small one and... we're like, oh yes, health and safety. We do in fact have a fence up next to the cliff. We've passed, don't worry. It may be the smallest fence you've ever seen, but it's a fence, and you can't deny that. You know, we could... Maybe not quite. Maybe not quite. Let's do the big one. Let's just bring you over here. Rough Western. What are you called? Rough Western. There we go. And the big one. Groovy, groovy. That's very wonky. Oh dear, oh dear. Fuck it. Would you trust a fence that leans at this angle? Me either, but you know what? The people here don't have much of a choice. They don't... it's this or nothing. Oh dear, that's a bit better. I prefer that a bit more. I think it's floating. Yeah, we're gonna just... Oh no, hang on. What have we... Oh no, what have we done? Help. There we go. Rotate it instead of shrinkle it. Shrinkle? Okay, we can't rotate it. Let's just turn off angle snap. There we go. There we go. We can remember how this game works. One day, eventually we'll figure out how this game works, you know? Alright, I think a little bit more... Just want it to be a bit even so we can have it slightly embedded in the floor, but not overly. There we go. I'm alright with that. Next. More fences. There we go. They're all slightly floating, huh? Okay. Is the middle beam taller than the other two? The outside two? Is that why that is? So interesting. Well, interesting's maybe not the word. Weird, confusing, strange. I don't know about interesting. Interesting, really, that this fence is unstable. Yeah, no shit. The health and safety inspector would not call it interesting. They would not. Why do you keep doing that? Is it because of the angle snap? It's because of the angle snap, isn't it? Oh, not the angle snap, the align to surface. If we don't align to surface... What have we done? Thank you, there we go. Oh dear, my voice has gone again. I do apologise. Must keep hydration. Right. I think we might be a bit better off building like this. It doesn't have the funky... I see, it doesn't have the funky sticking out vibe. I like the funky sticking out vibe. Look at that thing. It's just... it adds to the rickety feel of it all. Like, it doesn't... It's a very pop-up... Come to the fair, there's totally, you know, pop around the corner to the weird shady outhouse, you know, ignore the rickety fence that's kind of leaning over the edge, you know, it makes it a bit more ramshackle, and I kind of love that. I kind of think that's amazing, you know, it's quite the vibe. It's quite the experience. The question is, how far do we want the fence to go? Probably just around the tents, right? It doesn't need to extend all the way over here, does it? Nah, we're going to fence it off so it's its own little thing. Its own little area, and this can just be scenery, maybe a bit of seating, who knows? Who knows, who can say? That's a good point. We haven't laid out where the food court for this area is going to be, and there has to be a food court because, well, we've built an outhouse and it has to get used in some fashion, right? You know, you can't just build an outhouse and no food court. Don't align to surface, just float off into space instead. Yeah, absolutely, just, you know, who needs surfaces when you have the void? The eternal, unflinching void. That's... Oh god, what have I done? Why did I build it wrong way around? Oh no, oh no. I should have just kept building this one side, so, oh no. Oh well, that's fine, it's fine, we can deal with it. There's a bird floating there, we don't talk about it, it's fine. We're gonna have to go to the one here, but now there's just a gap, isn't there? Now there's just a gap. Yes! The person just speaking in the background there. There we go. Try and shape this a bit weirdly. So we can... That'll do. That'll do. There's going to be a weird gap there. We'll just make this one tiny bit weirder on both sides to accommodate. This one a bit less weirder on both sides to accommodate. And suddenly, it looks fine. Suddenly, we've stopped caring. Who needs surfaces when you have the void? I know, right? Tell me about it. Right. That's a fence. It is in fact there. It's not structurally sound. That's the best part about it. Some bits are floating. We should maybe resolve that. I was going to just leave it and be like, yeah, adds to the charm. Maybe we'll resolve the floating. Maybe maybe we'll just at least have the floor. At least have the fence attached to the floor. It's not sturdy or stable, but if it's at least in the floor, that's a good start, right? Then we can say we tried. You know, insurance-wise, you know, we tried. Hey, we put the fence in the floor. We tried, right? You know. Oh, dear. Goodness me. I think these are alright, aren't they? Yeah, they'll do. Right. So we've got this. Oh, no, we've got it on one side. Oh, no, got it on one side. Do we want to fence it off on both sides? Probably. Probably? Yeah, probably. I had to think that. I was like, do we? Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. Why not? It's, if anything, it plumps up the scenery. It adds things and it fills space and it looks cool. Well, it looks like something. I don't know if it looks cool, but it looks like something. It gives it more of a shape. It frames it more as its own individual area. Like, ah, yes, this is the fair. This is, you know, it's not just there's a collection of tents over here. It's probably a fair. You know, it's very much, as you can see, this is the fair. What am I saying? Not words that make sense, that's for sure. Let's put you down there. Shove you in a bit. Now we can precise edit you. When you don't have to worry about that smelly tent. God, what a smelly tent. What? What, brain? No? Okay. No justification for that? Don't blame you. There we go. That's weird. Try and neaten you up a tad. There we go. Happy with that. I am happier with what I am. I am. There we go. Shouldn't that there. Tiny bit. There we go. Oh, perfect. Look at that. Delicious. Well, delicious is maybe not the word, but it's good. It's better. I'm happier with it. You are a saw creature. Gosh bless you. Just do a little tap to that. There we go. That'll do, won't it? Bit weird gap. We can put a bush there. We can put a bush there or a bin. A bin. Think of the bins. Think of the bins we could put down. Right. More fences. More fences. Fence, fence, fence. Today is Fence Day. Happy Fence Day, everybody. We will be placing fences in honor of fences as a concept. No, I don't know what I'm talking about either. Right. Salus. I agree. I think that person just said hi in French. With a twist. Don't know what kind of French I've been learning, but it clearly is the wrong one. There we go. Oh. Ew. I do love the noises they make. Everyone in this park is very enthusiastic. Have you seen the janitors? They walk with such sass, with such style. They're just flat. I think a dove just flew out of the back of our outhouse. I'm not going to read too much into that, but goodness me, that's that's quite the event. That is. If we were in ye olden times, I think we will have just witnessed an angel. You know, this is quite the biblical situation we've got going on right now. When I say the olden times, I mean roughly 2,000 years ago. You know, the olden times. As we build our medieval-styled everything, I'm clearly referring to not medieval times. The Angel from the Outhouse. Yeah, you could write a book about that. To be honest, with the name like The Angel from the Outhouse, that sounds like a rather smutty book. I'm not gonna lie, that sounds like sounds like a different type of book, if you know what I mean. I'm not quite sure what it would be with that title, but it just sounds, it's too punny, it's too alliteration, you know, it's too... Oh dear. Right, we've fenced off the area. Now the accursed jesters cannot leave their hell pit. Or whatever. No, right, let me explain. Not the outhouse part. The outhouse part, if anything, works to counteract that. It's just the I don't know the title, The Angel from the Outhouse. It just sounds like, I don't know, I can't explain my brain. I'm sorry. Oh dear. Cursed outhouse, you've brought me nothing but shame and misery. Alright, let's shove you a bit more there-ish. Bit more there. A weird jaunty angle. Does sound like a Dimestone novel. Yeah, it sounds like a very... yeah. It sounds wonderful. Put another one there. Not floating. Floating is non-essential. We don't need that. Why did it decide to float? That's a question. Couple of our houses. Yeah, there we go. One at the entrance, so you can sort yourself out and then go in. That's not what I'm planning people are going to do in this area. I don't know what I'm going to plan to put in the tents. That's the real question here. I've just got some... not the building tents. They obviously have a function, but these things, I mean, they're mostly decoration, but we can't just have blank tents, right? Right? I mean, we can. We absolutely can, and we probably will, but it just feels daft to have them. Maybe we do just have blank tents, and we just put some plants around it. Some wild bushes, some untamed shrubbery, if you will. You know, just a bit of pizzazz. Pizzazz? That's not quite how that word works. I agree. If we delete you as well, just trying to shape them up a bit, so we put a few mediums in to spice it up, if you will. I don't think we want any smalls, do we? Can have a look and find out. What does the average small pavilion look like? Well, rather small. We could put one over here. Yeah. Oh, it's like a little entry pavilion, isn't it? Oh, this is where the raffle is. You know, if you go into like a show or something, the little like small one at the entrance is like, oh, get your raffle ticket. Oh, it's cute. Or it's like the little like tombola or something. What a cute thing. What a cute thing. Oh dear. That's alright. It's a very colourful little area, but that's good. If we're going to make the rest of it sort of grey sheds and whatever else, colourful areas are good. Oh, what are we going to do with the archery targets? Something, but I can't wait to find out what. Maybe we should do a little like mini archery shooting range that won't obviously actually function as an actual archery functioning range, but it could look like one thematically. We could put some animatronics down, have a good time. Maybe the animatronics will actually make the spooky park spooky, who knows? If I wrote a story with that title, it'd be full of eldritch. I'd be going full eldritch horror with the angels. Absolutely. Oh god, oh. 2 seconds. Potential spider encounter. Hello? Hello? Okay, I think we're okay. Sorry, I definitely felt something on my leg and it definitely was weird. Okay, I don't think there's a spider. 2 seconds. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that brief interlude. I thought I had a spider on my leg. I didn't. The world is good. Right. Anyhow, classical angel descriptions were so terrifying. They really were, and I love them. I love them. They're well, love is a strange word, but I think that is an amazing concept. Spiders that are... Spiders, really, Brain? I mean, spiders, are, if they're done like that, could be weird. I'd rather not imagine a spider. Then again, are spiders biblical angels? They have a lot of eyes. They, you know, could be... No, they're not. Yes, biblically accurate angels are like the best thing ever. Spider friend on the leg. Leg hair moves in the wind. A spider. That's actually me, yes. I like spiders. I don't like them on me, or near me, or in my house. I like them as a concept. I'm terrified of them as a, you know, it's... Oh dear, yes. Spiders with flaming wings, eyes on their legs, 3 faces and flaming wheels on their back. Yes, that's the spider. That's the... I mean, yeah, that's how I see spiders. I don't know what you like, you know. So I'm terrified of them, because to me they look like that. I do like spiders, I just don't like spiders. You know, it's a good balance. Alright, green bushes, you look like what we want. Let's shrub this area up a bit. Let's shrub the heck out of it, because definitely turtle line to surface off of this, and... No, we can keep that aside, can we? Because nothing makes an area look more built up than just a shit ton of shrubbery, you know? Nothing adds more character to an area than greenery, than bushes. It's a weird rotation noise. Okay. I kind of want this bit to be sort of like a little... Not back path, but like... I don't know, this is where the people who work at the fair go on their break, question mark? I don't know, it's just like a little like... It's cute, I like it, a little like... dippy backward bit. You know, a dippy backward bit, as is the official word. Alright, green leafy bushes, my good old friends. How have you been? It's been so long. I'm sorry, I've been abandoning you. I know. Look, bringing you back now. Back into reality. The green leafy bush does in fact return. Good for it. Proud of it. Welcome back in, friend. It's been so long. This is what's been going wrong with the park. This is why we've had a bit of a messy time. We haven't had many green leafy bushes, and that's truly been our downfall. Just do something like that, and then I get another green bush. We can't have that quite there, because that does, yeah. It's definitely visible inside the building. We're not gonna... I suppose it probably involves some sort of work-based law that we can't have a tree going through the building where they work. Probably... I don't know, it just sounds like a workplace law, doesn't it? Sorry, I think it sounds like I'm opposed to workplace laws. I would like to assure you I'm not. Oh, dear me. What an evening. What an evening. Yeah, I know. Clap, clap, clap. I agree, random stranger. It's not a random stranger, it's an employee. What are you doing? Hello. Rigoberto Cardona. You're heading to a staff building. To be fair, I'd be cheering too if I was going on my break. Good for you. You enjoy it. I love spiders and will fully pick up a little spider and let it crawl at my hands. Finding a spider on you as a surprise is not fun. I would not... If the spiders are absolutely tiny, they're great, they're fun. I don't mind a tiny spider. I'll let it wander around. I'll just, you know, exist or whatever. If it appears out of nowhere and is on my arm, I might jump a bit, but I'm not going to bat it off. If it's really tiny, but as soon as they get above tiny, I don't like it. I'm like, I'm just going to evacuate you. The spindly ones with the really thin legs, I don't particularly mind them. They're sort of on the same level as the tiny ones. I don't like them on me, but I don't feel the need to evacuate them so much. It's when their legs look any thicker than nothingness, right? When you can actually see their legs is when I'm like, oh, maybe I don't want you anywhere near me. Please go away, strange, scary creature. You know, it's a bit... That's when I start not liking them. Oh, dear. It's a weird place for a bush. That's a weird place for a bush. Let's put one here instead. Much better. Moved it 2 inches to the left. Everything is changed. You know, it's a whole other bush. Eh, dear. If you were excited to see me move on to doing something else with this park, sorry, it's back to bushes. We're not... Nothing's changed. Here's the thing. Nothing's changed. There we go. Just to sort of give it a bit of a vibe, you know. A bit of pizzazz. A bit of a feeling. A bit of a... I don't know what the words I'm saying are. They're just words. They don't mean anything. Nothing means anything. Reality isn't real. Who knows what we are? Walking blobs of meat that think we have thoughts. Sorry, I'm getting a bit existential. Been doing that a lot the last few days. I've been having quite a lot of are we actually real thoughts, and they're always fun. I do love them. They're very interesting. Oh dear, I feel like the outhouse needs to be overgrown, and I can't for a single reason explain why I think that, but I think that. Like the area behind the outhouse just needs to be overgrown. That's just the law, I'm sorry. I don't make the rules. It just has to be very greenery and leafery. You can't get past it. You have to walk, you know, it's all messy and horrible. Again, can't explain why. Apparently I have a lot of strange thoughts when it comes to outhouses. Who knew? Alrighty. There we go. Goodness, I just looked at the proper name for the spider, and it's the family commonly known as daddy longlegs, and yeah, we call them daddy longlegs too. It's that the names include a vibrating spider and long daddy. Goodness gracious me. Yeah, we call them daddy longlegs too. Bless them. No, I don't mind the daddy longlegs. I just sort of gently escort them away from wherever they are. I'm like, do you want to like move on and not live in my area? Okay, thank you, bye. You know, it's a bit of that energy. Bit of that, eh? But yes, I do love a good daddy longlegs. The scientist who named it daddy longlegs was like, this spider's like cool, but it needs to be a bit kinky, you know? It just... There's a vine that's basically that, and oh god, I just remembered it exists. It's wonderful. I thought that man was drinking out of a flower. It was a cup. It was not a flower. It was in fact a cup. Jesus, that's the big bush. I always forget how big these things are. I'm used to me little green leafies, and then this thing comes along and it's just, well, quite frankly, enormous and uncontrollable. It's, you know, it's quite the beast. It's untamable. Who knows what it does? Who knows what it does? Long Daddy. Is the name Long Daddy quite hilarious to you? Why is that, Drowsy? Would you like to share with the class? Are you... Honestly, I agree. I think it's wonderful. It's great. I love it. Oh dear. Forest bush. Ooh, no thank you. I stick with my old reliable green bush. Thank you very much. No, we don't have any of those new fancy bushes. God, we are pure traditional bush people. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Implying I knew what I was saying to begin with. Right. Right. Green leafies return. Bring me sanity. You can't. You're a bush. Okay, that's fine. I can't stop gildling. Gildling? Brian, you can do better than that. Giggling. God bless you, Chelsea. Gosh bless you. Oh dear, I'm happy you're happy. That's amazing. There we go. Such a weird looking area we're building. I kind of dig it. I kind of dig it. It's weird. I kind of dig it. Let's put some greenery around the edges of the building. Can't explain why, but again, it just feels right, you know? Nice. Good. Quite. Rather. Astonishing. Superb. I've lost words. Okay. I was thinking of other words that could potentially be celebratory, and I couldn't think of any, so we're going to stop there. That's a weird little clump of shrubbery. We can't have that. We have to extend it. It has to go places. It can't just be weird and clumpy on its own. It has to be like... Well, this now, it has to be like this. Well, look what I've done. Oh, God, now it has to be big. Oh, what have I done? That's ridiculous. We can't do that. We... Oh, dear. Dear, dear me. That'll do. That'll do, it will. Nice. Shove these in here. Fill in the gaps. Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop. Great. Looks weird from the top, but if you look at it from not the top, we've missed a corner. We've missed a corner. We haven't finished yet. We've missed a corner. We just need to shove this in here. We need to bulk this up a bit. Oh, dear, oh, dear. Yeah, a good old shrub at the start. We like a good starting shrubbery. Sets the theme, sets the tone. You walk into a place and you see a good shrubbery, you're like, ah, yes. I know what I'm expecting. Shrubbery, to be honest. What the fuck am I talking about? Alrighty. I think I've run out of peppermint tea. Oh, no, I haven't, but it's getting cold. It's getting cold. I was going to say maybe that's why my words are starting making less sense, but then again, I don't think this is a new thing. It's... Oh dear. That'll do. I don't like this one, but that'll do. Nice. Alrighty. Vague structure. What terrain paint are we using on here? Have we got the exciting grass? Oh, we have, haven't we? Oh dear. Oh dear. Don't look very exciting, does it? I mean, I suppose if you paint everywhere with exciting grass, nothing is exciting grass, you know? Whoa. I know, right? I agree, that doesn't make any sense. Why am I putting rock down? We don't want that. Okay, 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 okay. Okay, structurally, we now have a thing. Let's put some seats down. What benches do we want? What have we got for benches? Give me benches. Let's sort that out. Once we've figured out benches, and then potentially bins, thank goodness, we can have a better understanding of what we want the place to be. Fairy tale picnic bench? No. Barrel bench? No. Park bench? No. Western fan bench? No. Well, maybe. We're using Western fine ones down here, aren't we? I do believe. There we go. Come on, camera. Yeah, it's these ones down here, which, in theory, it would continue a theme, but at the same time, this is a different area. We can do different things. It doesn't have to be that. We could, if we wanted to, put Palace and Castle, Palace Thrones down, which is a bit silly, and would look ridiculously out of place, but it's cute, yeah, it's definitely something. We can have pirate benches, sci-fi benches, all sorts of benches. We could have Western picnic benches. Here's what I'm thinking. These ones. These feel appropriate for this area. Yeah, these feel appropriate. That's all I have to say. These feel appropriate for this area. There's no other words there. That's just what I think. What do we put in the middle? Big old jester fountain? Big old shrubbery? Some greenery? Maybe both. Shrubbery and greenery with a jester fountain. Ah. See, this is sort of becoming a food court. It's not really. It's got one food establishment and one drinks establishment, and also some balloons. It's got quite a bit of seating, though. People are enjoying the seating. Good for them. Yeah. Nice. Good stuff. All right, go back to scenery. What do we think? More shrubbery? Yeah, go on, more shrubbery. More shrubbery, why not? Hey, where are you from? Hello. My name is Sjoll. I am from the United Kingdom. I wish I wasn't, but nevertheless, I am. Let's go back into greenery. Let's see what we can shove in this place. Do we want to put more greenery? I mean, I do, but I'm addicted to greenery. I don't think I'm a reliable narrator in this situation. I haven't put any of these down. I love these. These are my favorite little things. Yeah, shove these down. I'm getting distracted by flowers, and that's okay. I'm so okay with getting distracted by flowers. Oh, that's floating. There we go. Whoa. Oh. I agree. Midlands. Northeastish is where I'm from, roughly speaking. There we go. Benfu. I agree. Person's having a wonderful time. Look at that person. They're so enthusiastic about their job. Oh, they've disappeared. Okay, that's fine. I was like, wow, look at this willing employee. They're having a great time. They've disappeared. They've vanished. They've run away. Oh, no. I'm paying you $600 an hour? Question mark? I don't know yet. Please stay. Oh, dear. Flowers. I agree. Flowers. Not doing them with quite my normal precision, but then again, I like it. I like this area feeling a bit less tidy. It's a bit messier. It's a bit, you know, it's the temporary setup. It's the temporary... That's a floating flower. We don't want that. We don't want floating flowers. Do you, me? It's the sort of... Yeah, it's the it feels... I want it to feel temporary. It obviously has buildings in it. It wants to feel just like a messy addition, you know. I want it to be messy. It very much looks messy. I'm okay with that, you know. Oh dear, you a theme park enthusiast? Is a thing, not really. I have been to one theme park in my entire life. Well, I've been many times, but I've been to the one, and it's okay, it's fine. I don't like big rides. I don't like fast rides. I don't like scary rides. And honestly, we've mentioned this before. You know, these swings that are like pretty gentle, you know, small children go on them. I'm terrified of these things. So goodness knows why I'm playing this game. No, I do love this game. I do. Why have we got rides? Oh, this was a sort of a... this was when we were trying to plan out rides for this area. We want a Ferris wheel up here? Maybe not. We'll come back to that later. No, I do love this game. I'm just not a big fan of theme parks in real life, but this is the good thing. It's not real life. Oh dear. But yes, as a result, I don't necessarily have a favourite park or a favourite ride. Favourite ride is probably like a nice slow log flume that's like... You just see some nice animals and some nice scenery and you get off at the end and you didn't need to wear a raincoat, you know? That's my idea of a favourite ride. Ah dear, but I do love this game. It's gorgeous. I'm honestly mostly using it as a scenery builder, as evidenced by the castle. Oh dear, dear me. I get that Planet Coaster is like a sim game. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. It's part of the joys of it. My favourite ride... Very wild. Very wild. I'm so proud of you, well done. Oh, let's put some bins down, shall we? I'm so proud of you, Farewell. That was amazing. Bins, what do we want? Western, rustic? Sure, why not? That's a bin in it. Yep, best bin we got. Best bin we got. Let's do a little bit of a bin-based system here. 3 in a bin? 3 in a bin. Yeah. 3 in a bin. 3 in a bin, and that actually works out as well. That makes it like a good round number. Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. We need to figure out something to do in the middle of this thing, otherwise it's just a weird fucking circle of benches. It looks like a summoning circle. Campfire. Do we have a... Sorry, I got very excited there. Do we have a campfire? Do we have like a... Oh, it's tiny. Oh, well that's not... I had bigger plans. Campsite's a bit much, isn't it? Yeah, campsite's a bit much. It's very nice. It doesn't quite fit the theme, though. It wouldn't make sense for a campsite to be in the middle. I want, like, this sort of... The idea is it's a circle of benches, so my heart wants to put a campfire in the middle of it, you know? Putting down some new homes for me. I'm proud of you, Farewell. Don't you worry. Now it looks like a really sad little summoning circle. Yeah, campfire, big bonfire. I agree. I don't think we have one. We don't have a big bonfire. There's no way to scale things up in this game, is there? Well, if we just build 5 campfires around one campfire and call it really big, you know what if we... Yeah, that's a nice vibe, isn't it? The little bonfire. Well, the little one's not the best, but you know, it's kind of what we have. It's the issue. It's what we're dealing with. We'll be okay. Okay, how do we make this small bonfire look like a slightly bigger bonfire? I'm thinking terrain tools. I'm thinking we shove some rock underneath it. Maybe just some, like, different coloured grass, even. Just sort of like a... Okay, good start, good start. To give it the sort of slightly worn look, question mark? Maybe not the rock. Maybe the rock. Maybe the rock instead of the grass? Okay, I'm into that. I'm into that a bit more. Yeah, that's nicer. It draws it. It makes it sort of look at its one big unit, so the bonfire itself looks a tiny bit bigger than it actually is. Stack like 10 bonfires to make one mega Voltron campfire. I would be down for that. Sadly, I don't think we live in such an exciting reality. I don't think that would work. If we just, you know, put 10 down and they combine into one mega bonfire, I would love that. Sadly, I don't think it will happen. I know. We haven't got any lights. I've just realised we have no lights. This is... Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. That's a good... I mean, we have campfire, but it's not the best. We need lights. Ooh, now this is exciting. Ooh, lighting, lighting, lighting. What do we want for the lights? Choices to be made. Bamboo torch. No, that doesn't feel quite right. Oh, the janitor's doing good work. Proud of them. Dragon lamppost. Absolutely not. Candle torch. No, that's awful. We're not... A floating chandelier. Let's be sensible now. What are we? Fiber... The fuck is that? Now, we've been using these iron lampposts everywhere else in the park. Part of me wants to continue them up here, but part of me doesn't want them to be in this bit. I want this bit to be a bit more... torch feeling. I want a torch, but I don't want the bamboo torch. I like the standing torch, because here's the thing. We could have the safe electrical lampposts, or in the area where there's the most shrubbery and the most flimsy tents, we could put fire down. I'm into that. I'm so into that. Oh, this is great. Look at that. Little, like... We're not... Let's turn off a line to surface. Can we just shove it in a plant? What could possibly go wrong with shoving it in a plant, right? No bad things have ever happened when you've shoved fire in a plant. Well, maybe a few. Okay, one there, one there. I'm into this. I'm into this. I'm into this. We're going to have no on the inside, so you are drawn to the fire. Because, of course, that makes sense. One there. One there. Yeah, so it's all on the inside. It's all contained. Someone's having a wonderful time over there. Big applause. Oh, dear. When campfires happen, something inside me wakes up like a sleeping dragon. Oh, yeah. Campfires are kind of amazing, aren't they? It's such good energy. Amazing energy. All right, back to this. What are we doing this side? Oh, I like the little, like, nighttime glow of the... Because we've got, like, the sort of the cozy, fiery, almost rustic warmth of over here. And then you come out here to go to the toilet, and it's a bit quieter over here. And you've got just the sort of the... Well, the electrical light. It just feels good. I don't know why. Can't explain it. We should put one inside. No. No. No, 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 no. Silly idea. Yeah, that's definitely got to cause some fires. Excellent. Excellent. Yeah, I like that. You sort of go around the corner to the back, and there's no more... The scenery sort of fades away a tiny bit, and you've got the electrical lights. Ah, that feels good to me, and I can't explain why. Can't explain why, but I love it. Excellent. We'll put that next to the queue so people can burn themselves as they wait. Should we not let any children in this area? That might be for the best. Oh, dear. People are going to die. No, it's fine. It's not real. If it was, people would definitely die. If it was, this would have violated at least 50 different laws. I would be very excited for it. Look at that. Oh, now it looks like a proper little summoning circle, doesn't it? Oh, it's cute, though. I didn't expect it would end up this cute. I was thinking, especially because of the weird square tent buildings, I was thinking it would be so weird, but this is kind of cute. I'm kind of into it. I didn't expect to be into it. This is great. Aw. I was a scout growing up. Was a leader for a decade. Wow. Camping is a huge part of my life. Good for you. Do you want to take my boyfriend camping? Because he wants to go camping and I don't want to go camping. I don't want to go camping. Camping's fine. I'm sure it's wonderful. I'm sure with the right people it's wonderful. I'm sure the atmosphere's great. I just really like being inside. I just really like being in places that are heated and or air conditioned, and I just like the comfort of that. You know, I'm very rubbish, but you know. Okay, lights done. Nice. Is there anything else to add to this area? It feels like we need to add a bit more to the middle a bit, but I don't want to overdo it. I don't want to do my usual and, well, yeah, overdo it. What's happened here? That's so weird. They're all waiting as one big unit. Maybe they're just very excited to have some food there. Yeah, interesting. This is cute. I love it. I love the little orange glow. I love that we've actually got something built in this area. That kind of is the best thing ever. Ah, that's great. We've actually got something built. Yes. Took so long, but we did it. Oh, dear, a little area of our own. That's cute. I'm into it. I'm into it. And it makes this pathway a little bit more fun as well. Oh, it's so great. It's so great. What if we, terrain-wise, we just like... Just sort of like do something like this. Just sort of path out the path a bit. Maybe the rock's not the right rock. Yeah, something like that. Oh, do we want a little one around here? Like a... Oh, no, let's do this properly. Okay. Just something like this. Just a vague little... So it looks walked on. So it looks used. Well loved, if you will. If you won't, I understand. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. I'm into this. I think. If I'm not, I'm going to be pressing Ctrl-Z quite a bit more than I thought it would be. It's fine, it's fine. Just sort of, it fills up the space, but it doesn't clutter it and make it unnecessary. And it would be natural, if you think about it. If you squint a bit, you know. Maybe the rock part isn't natural. Details, details. Just to make it sort of look like there's a bit of a worn bit, because obviously you've got the outliney bits. You've got the stumps question mark. You've got them framing the path, but it's nice to have. Yeah, that makes it look fuller without adding too much extra. I'm into it. I'm into it. We're going to leave it alone. We're not going to touch it anymore, because if I do too much more, I'm worried I'll ruin it. And for now, it has a kind of cozy vibe, despite the terrifying chaos of it all. It kind of has a cozy vibe. Oh, look at that with the castle in the distance. Dun, dun, dun. That's amazing. I love it. I read that as knife, not wife. Sorry. My wife never wanted to go camping. Your boyfriend now go camping. You and my wife can sit at home and be college car. Hell yeah. That sounds amazing. That sounds like the best time ever. You know what? You can build a campground with this. Are you going to do that? Build a hiking trails. Yeah, build a little like... If you really wanted to, because these maps are quite big, you could have like a little like campsite area here, or you could have like the visitor entrance. You could have your campsite over here, and then you could just have the rest of it entirely landscaped as like a big like wildlife park, and you could have trails going through it. You could just make it one big forest basically, but custom build it all. Oh gosh, I bet someone's done that. I hope someone's done that, because that sounds like the best thing ever, but it sounds like so much effort. But it also sounds like the best thing ever. That's amazing. Oh gosh, goodness me. Oh dear, I'm getting myself excited now. Right, turn off that. Oh, sunset. Oh heck, just slammed into a building. Sunset. I think it's already set. Goodbye, sun. Right. We've got 10 minutes left to stream. Are we going to do something productive in these 10 minutes, or are we just going to build something that we hate? Can't wait to find out. Sorry. Ooh, what are we doing with this thing? Do we want a royal gazebo anywhere? Do we want like a little... Ooh. Do we want a little... Now here's the thing. We've got royal gardens inside the thing once we've actually built the bloody things. Do we want another one outside the front? No, but what we do potentially want... Let's just undo that so it's back over there. We were going to have a moat around this place. We were. I remembered. Took me long enough, but I've remembered. We had a moat around here at one point in time. Or, well, not a moat. We had a little bit of a river. A little bit of a pond, if you will. We named it Amelia. No. What if we had a lake outside the front? Lakes are fine. Lakes are nice. Lakes are good. It would add some colour and some texture to this area. It would fill up a space. It would involve working with terrain tools and water, which is kind of a weakness of mine, but that's fine. Weaknesses are there to be learnt from and developed. And what if we had a wooden fishing dock on it? Or what if we had like a wooden walkie-over pit? Could we do a wooden walkie-over pit? Can you walk? Can you do paths over things that are not paths? Can you over gaps? Can you... Hang on. Sorry. I think my brain stopped working. We'll just give it a second to catch up. Can you do like a... I'm trying to think. Like if we, could we do like a path that just floats over the lake? Could do, right, in theory. In theory. Let's smooth this out a bit. For it is weird. And as much as we like that, we do not like that. Right. There we go, just make the edge a little bit better. There we go. We don't want to get too close to the path, otherwise it well, it gets a bit excited and it leaves these weird angular square bits you can just see poking out there. Where it goes, no, no, you can't go into the path, but we'll get as close as we can. Which causes some visual issues. I think my voice is going again. I'm going to have another drink. Another one. Dear me. I say that like I haven't got a 2-litre bottle of water next to me. I do. It's my favourite thing ever. I love it. I acquired it, honestly, can't remember how long ago. Years at this point. And it's kind of in pieces. Well, it's not in pieces. It just doesn't have a functioning lid. Which you'd think would be an issue, but I only use it at home, so it's fine. But no, honestly, it's the best thing ever. Instead of having to fill it up all the time, I just fill it up like twice a day. It's great. Painting. Do we want rocks in the bottom of it? Feels right, doesn't it? Not that rock, maybe. That's a bit of an interesting rock. There we go. Just so you're not looking down into a green lake, you're looking down into a lake. Not that you can see it. There's going to be water in the way. Right, so that's there. Got a lake bed. It looks like we're building a swimming pool. Looks like we've just dug out and cemented an area for swimming pool. That's kind of cute. Oh, dear. What if, just for the sake of my heart, we just brought this out a tiny bit here. And then we went really small and we flattened down this bit again. No. Flatten down to... Oh, God, what are we doing? Oh, God. Push. Just because I don't want it to follow the path so straight, but I also don't want it to look weird. That'll do. That's much better. I'm happy with that. Right. Agua. A little bit of agua. Whoop, to you too. Nice. That's a good level. Yeah, I like that. It fits into the sort of the area. Looks nice. You could have it as a royal fishing pond if you really wanted to. Now, here's what my brain was thinking but couldn't quite comprehend. If we go wooden boards, or whatever these are, and we like had a path here, we totally can go out above the lake. Oh, should we build a little like docking area? There's nothing in this park should be too straight. Absolutely. If there's anything in here that's like absolutely straight, we need to abolish it. I'm sorry, it just... I mean, look at the castle. Nothing in this park should be straight. It's great. It's lovely. It's amazing. Oh dear. Yeah, I want a thing. I want a dock. It goes out above the lake so we can go fishing, ? I don't know what you do on said dock, but I'm excited for it. Like a little, like a jetty or something. Yeah, I'm into it. Of course I'm into it. Course, I love it. What do you do? Okay, well, not like that. How do we want this to look? Path? Sorry, that was my brain trying to figure out how I wanted this to look and exist. And where do we want it to be? What I'm thinking is something that goes like out over there. So it's sort of like an alternate path. It takes a bit longer, but it's the scenic one. You can go walk over the lake with a little board bit. Or does it want to go from like here to there, here to here, here to there? Ooh, maybe here to there. Ooh, maybe here to there. Like something like this. And then it just pops back in. See, we've just got the little wooden walkway bit, and we maybe add some supports somewhere in there so it doesn't look quite so floaty. Just sort of like a little, oh yes, you can walk out over the lake. Maybe we make it a bit more on land, but still definitely floating off it. You know, just sort of a nice balance of the two, if you will. Yeah. So there's not... Okay. I like it. Yeah, it's like a little mini pier or something almost. Kind of. Boardwalk, that's the word. Thank you, Drowsy. What a nice boardwalk. It's cute, isn't it? Thank you for telling me the name of it. I would have forgotten. No, I had forgotten. There's no would have about it. So the vibe I'm going for with this thing is essentially... Where are you at? I know exactly what I want. I know what I want. This. It's just this. 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 Just some lamps. A couple of benches. A bin or two. Maybe some flowers. And it's just that. Just a bit of that. You got a boardwalk. You can walk on the board. Look at that. Ain't it gorgeous? It's maybe not 100% thematically fitting, but nothing in this park is. Come on now, be real with yourself. Nothing is. And if we go into bushes, sorry, nature. I only use it for bushes, but it's technically, you know, a romantic boardwalk over the lake. Yeah, it kind of is, isn't it? It's cute. It's sort of like a, yeah. You can imagine the two princes have a nice time on here, you know. Not, that sounded a bit weird. The phrasing of that was a bit interesting. I meant like, you know, they just got a nice romantic walk, you know. Have a nice time, bless them. Have a breather, have a relax. They deserve it. They kind of, they're owed it by the world. They really are. Nice. Nice. Also, this is just to fill in this sort of like weird gap at the back thing, which I like, but I also don't want it to be empty, because that would feel weird. I want some sort of polite shrubbery. Nothing as untamed and as wild as the fair, but, you know, just a bit of polite shrubbery. Something you can look at and go, ooh, that's nice, you know. There we go. Jot you in there. Shove you in that corner. Wunderbar. There we go. That's a bit too uniform. We don't want just like a row of them around the outside. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. What are you? It's you again. You love a good applause, don't you? I'm proud of you. Proud of you. Right. Yeah, just something a bit less. I don't know. I like it though. Stop going up. Stay at the level I tell you to. Thank you. Yeah, I like it. Maybe we have a do we want a bench on this side? Maybe not. Yes, polite shrubbery. Uncertain. Uncertain is the entirely correct word. See, that's not... there is a tiny gap there. You can see the pond, the river, the lake, the aquatic body of water, as opposed to those non-aquatic bodies of water. Water lilies, water lilies, water lilies, water lilies. Go on the water. If we go on like the surface, is that... Yeah, you are. Perfect. Okay, I've just realised how absolutely massive this thing is and how water lilies are basically tiny. So this is fun. This is nice. We can put a few down there and be like, yeah, we'll do this eventually. Maybe one day this will be a nice idea. What I do want, though, do we have any sort of, like, riverside reeds? Is that a real thing? Like something like, not maybe these. Like a sort of, just some, I don't know. We're going to have to put some flowers around here, I think, actually. Yeah, some nice colourful flowers. Sort of like a, what do you do? Yellow floral bush. Do you know what? You might do. You might just do. You might. Because you're yellow, you are floral, and you are a bush. That's kind of the three things we're going for, right? That's everything we're going for combined into one item. It's kind of amazing. Just sort of a few EUs in a couple of positions. Spread about. Oh, music's gone to heaven. Proud of it. There we go. Ayo. And then we can buff these up with green old leafies. Good old green leafy bush. Where would we be without it? It would be a lot less green park. That's one thing I can say for certain. The park would be not as green as it is. There we go. Just some like little pouches of yellow. Just some little like little bits and bobs. I'm not saying words that make sense, but that's okay. Yeah, it's not the worst thing I've ever built. Maybe a few of these for fun. I can't get away with not putting these in. They're wonderful. I love them. Boy loves them, I do. And there, I think once we've built this, not that we've actually built this, it's more of just a vague idea we're laying out that we'll probably refine in future. But I think for now, I think that's that. Yeah. Excellent. Let's just steal a bench or two. Just for... Oh, we want different benches. We want the fancy benches. Give me a fancy bench, please. You okay? Western fine benches. There we... Why don't you want to... No, okay. Why don't you want to... I love this game. I think it's wonderful. I think it's great. Why won't the benches go on that side? We've got beautiful, beautiful lake, and it's like, yeah, we can go that way. We can face away from the freaking lake, or we can not look at it at all. Or we can go in the middle of the path. That's fine. That's... Why? What's the area there? Why don't you want to be placed there? Why not? That's a fine position. But as soon as you get... No, we can't have that. Well, deal with that another day. For now, thank you all for stopping by. This has been an interesting little stream. It's been really nice, actually. It was nice and relaxing. Very calming and soothing. I need a bin. Real quick. Just a bin or three. Oh. Bin. There we go. Oh, no, that's not where I wanted you. Okay. There we go. That'll do. Right. Cute little area. It's gorgeous. Ah. Bless it. Yeah, we'll refine that in the future, but for now, thank you all for stopping by. Look at what we built today. We built an outhouse, which doesn't look too outhousey, but it looks like something, and we built fake circus tents out of buildings. Look at that. And you can't even tell when it's nighttime. Mwah. Love it. I'm genuinely really happy with this. I didn't think I would be. I thought it would be this weird little messy area. I could be like, yeah, well, that exists. We'll just... Ah, dear me. But yes, thank you all for being here. This is a lovely little stream. Schedule-wise, I will be streaming tomorrow, same time. 10 p.m. till midnight, my time. That's GMT, or BST, I think it is, because time zones and time as a concept baffles me, as I'm sure you're aware. Right. So yes, I'll be live again tomorrow. We're not actually scheduled for a specific game, so not quite sure what I'll be doing. Maybe something in the Elder Scrolls series, who knows what. Maybe something on the Switch. I'm not sure. I will let you know. Until then, thank you all for being here. You're all wonderful, wonderful people. Look after yourselves. Take care. And I will see you later. Bye-bye.